The office party was the kind of night where everyone wore masks of friendliness. Crystal glasses chimed, hollow laughter bounced off polished marble walls, and every compliment carried the weight of quiet competition, a mental scoreboard of who was rising and who was slipping. I'd been buried in work for months, leading a massive project that had just saved the company millions. But bragging was never my style. That restraint, however, made me an easy mark for someone like Rachel. She was striking, confident, magnetic, and cruel in a way that made her insults sound like art. From the moment I stepped into the room, I could tell she'd had more than a few drinks. Her laughter carried across the crowd, and I could hear my name wrapped inside it more than once. It started small. A sly jab about how dull my work was. A smirk as she joked that I probably fell asleep hugging my spreadsheets. People chuckled, not out of amusement, but because it was easier to laugh than confront her. That was Rachel's skill. She didn't need to raise her voice to own the room. She just needed someone else to shrink. I smiled politely, acting unaffected, but each remark added quiet fuel to a growing fire inside me. I had spent years proving myself, staying steady through chaos, and I wasn't about to let her turn my effort into a punchline. As the evening dragged on, her mockery grew bolder. When a junior colleague asked how I managed to stay calm under pressure, she grinned and said, "Oh, Daniel just Googles everything. He's no genius." The laughter that followed was sharp and shallow. She soaked in it like applause. I could have walked away, I almost did, but something in me refused to let her keep cutting me down. I set my glass on the table, and just as she raised hers, she said loudly, "Don't take it personally, Daniel. It's just a joke." That sentence, the shield every bully hides behind. The group chuckled again, but unease flickered in their eyes. They were watching me now, waiting. I smiled, but not the kind that softened tension. The kind that warned. "Just a joke," I repeated, letting the words linger. Rachel smirked, trying to hold her poise. "You know me," she said with a shrug. "I tease everyone." I tilted my head slightly, met her gaze, and said quietly, "So, is what you've got." The laughter died instantly. The air itself seemed to stop. Her grin faltered as the meaning sank in, that her entire act, her charm, her confidence, all of it was surface deep. Everyone in that circle felt it too. She blinked fast, scrambling for control. "What's that supposed to mean?" she muttered. "It means," I said evenly, stepping closer, "some of us build something real while others hide behind jokes because that's all they have." I didn't raise my voice. I didn't need to. The silence carried my words farther than volume ever could. Her cheeks flushed crimson. The room shifted. People looked away, uncomfortable, a few even impressed. I didn't gloat. I simply straightened my jacket, nodded, and said, "Enjoy the party." Then I walked toward the bar, leaving her standing there, silent, exposed. For the rest of the night, Rachel barely spoke. Whenever she tried to rejoin a conversation, the energy dimmed. Everyone remembered that moment, the way truth, calmly spoken, had cracked her armor. Later, as I was leaving, one of the senior managers stopped me by the door. "You handled that perfectly," he said with a grin. Someone needed to put her in her place. I smiled, but said nothing. I've learned that real power isn't about volume, it's about control. The ability to stay composed when others try to tear you down. And that night, my calm cut deeper than any insult could. By Monday, the story had already made its way through every corner of the office. Rachel avoided me completely. I didn't boast. I didn't need to. She'd learned what many eventually do. Respect can't be demanded, and mockery loses its charm when truth finally walks in.